Boy Erased is directed by Joel Edgerton. It stars Lucas Hedges, Nicole Kidman, Russell Crowe, and Joel Edgerton. Boy Erased is based on a true story. It's also based on a memoir by Gerard Connolly. The movie is about an 18-year-old boy who lives with his parents. So his father is a preacher, and his mother is a religious woman. So he lives in a very religious household. One day, he comes out as gay to his parents. This absolutely breaks his parents' heart. They are saddened and they don't know what to do. So what they decide to do is send him to a gay conversion camp. So a lot of the movie, you get to see this kid's journey as he's in the gay conversion camp. You see what he experiences through. The movie also has flashbacks of what happened prior to him being sent to a conversion camp, and it also flashes forward in time where you see him in college. So it's not really told in a linear storyline. It's not like it doesn't jump back and forth that constantly, but there are some times in the movie where you'll get to see the past, the present, and the future of what's going on. And we have Boy Erased. Now, I was excited for Boy Erased because of a couple of reasons. One reason being that Joel Edgerton is a person I'm a fan of. I think he's a great actor, but not only a great actor, but a great director too. He made one movie in 2015 called The Gift, a very underappreciated thriller that had me by surprise. And he's doing this movie, something that's very different from The Gift. But even then, just watching that trailer made me very excited. So that was another reason why I was looking forward to it, because the trailer impressed me and it looked like a powerful film. After watching Boy Erased last night, I can say that Boy Erased is one of the best movies of the year. I loved it. It's a fantastic drama that's powerful. It's compelling. It's an eye-opener, too, because you get to learn about things that you may not know. Gay conversion camp is something that is still around today, unfortunately. And this movie, like I said, it's based on a true story, so you get to see this guy's life. And watching it, you kind of have a different perspective on things. Now, let me try to rephrase that a little bit for a second, because I've always thought that the gay conversion camps, the idea of it is just ludicrous. And I don't want to say you might change your perspective after that, but you definitely get to learn more about it, and you start to see things in a different kind of way. But let's talk about what I loved about this movie. Number one, the acting here is absolutely top-notch. Everyone brings their A game to the table. Lucas Hedges, I think he's a great actor. He's been in Manchester by the Sea, Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. He was in Lady Bird. He was also recently in mid-90s. The guy's becoming really big. I think he's already really big now just by all those movies I mentioned to you. And he's in this. And I have to say, I think this is my favorite performance by him. He's a leading actor in this movie, and he has a lot to do. He plays a character who he's a good kid. You know, he goes to school. He does really well in school. You know, he's a likable person. He's nice. And he has this secret that he doesn't want to tell his parents because he knows, you know, he knows the repercussions of what would happen. And you see that it breaks him when he finds out what happens. Like, he's playing the part like everything is fine, but you know it's really not. And when you see him go through the journey and some unfortunate things that happens to him while he's in that conversion camp, you start to, you know, feel sympathy for him. And I thought he really delivered a great performance, especially in some powerful scenes when it came with his father, particularly towards the end. One really great conversation scene he had with his father, and one scene with Joel Edgerton's character. Lucas Hedges was amazing. Definitely my favorite performance from him that I've seen. Nicole Kidman delivers a very strong performance. She plays a mother who, while she's very religious and has her own beliefs, she's very caring. You know, she does love her son, and you can see that. And Nicole Kidman also, she really, what I love about about her, what I love about her is that she really loses herself in her roles, especially when she plays that mom parent. It's like she's one of those mom parents that you kind of wish you had. Now, I don't know if that's necessarily the case for this movie because, you know, she's not really for her son being gay, but, you know, that's one of the things I like about this movie. There's not really like a whole black and white thing with the parents thinking it's completely wrong, because these parents are having some struggles because they love the kid and he's a good kid, but they have these really strong beliefs, and you really get to see this conflict. And I thought the way they handled that, you know, that arc, that character arc that they were going through with this, I thought it was done really well. Joel Edgerton too, he was terrific. He is the person who leads the gay conversion camp, and he plays the role to perfection. I saw it with my buddy Andrew yesterday, and he said something that was really true, because like I said, he directed The Gift and he directed in this, and he's in both movies as well. And it's funny, he gives the best performance in both movies, in my opinion. Like I already said, Lucas Hedges gave the best performance of his career. But the standout is Joel Edgerton because he is such a despicable character, and there are lines of dialogue he says in the movie, and the thing is, it's not like you hate Joel Edgerton because he's a bad actor or anything. No, it's like you hate the character because he's ignorant and he's a certain type of way. And even sometimes I heard the audience when I was watching the movie, the audience was saying like, "You got to be kidding me," because some of the lines of dialogue he says are just crazy. And I don't want to spoil anything, but when you watch it, I think you'll be caught by surprise too by what some things are said and how things like this happen all the time, or they happen more often than we expect. Like we know that gay conversion camps exist, and we would think that's like a thing that's in the past, but no, it's a thing that still goes on today, very unfortunately. Russell Crowe is also great. He's not in it much, but when he's in it, he's powerful. And like I said, there's one scene in the end with Lucas Hedges' character, and when they have that conversation, it's really powerful. It really hit home. Troy Dillon's in it, and he's not in it much, but he's good. And he does the original song for this movie. That's a really good song. It's a song in the trailer. I think it's called Revelation. Anyway, like I said, the acting is terrific. And while watching this movie, I was frustrated, but not in a frustrated like this is a bad movie, but frustrated in a way of just having personal feelings of just how everything was presented and like the subject matter. I just some things got to me, and I think Joel Edgerton, that was the intention of Joel Edgerton, was to show you what it was like and to maybe provoke that reaction from you, because there's some powerful scenes in here and you get to see what goes on, and I was invested for the majority of it. I will say, in terms of flaws, I have one little flaw that's towards the end. I felt the pacing a little bit, but that's pretty much it. I thought it was a very powerful movie, and I was riveted throughout. It's a hard movie to watch, and I do see some people saying this is a movie I can only watch once and that's it, because it doesn't hold back in what a gay conversion camp is like. It doesn't hold back on a lot of things. And I applaud Joel Edgerton for doing that, because it's good to really show you what it's like, not to really sugarcoat things. Like I understand some directors do that because some people might be offended or some people might not like what they see. But I always applaud the directors who are not afraid to show you what it's like, what reality is, and how horrible it can be. And I think Joel Edgerton does that. I love this movie. It's a great movie. I can see this being a contender at the Oscars. I think it will be nominated for Best Picture. I might be wrong. I hope it is, though. It's a great film. I'm going to give it an A. I know it's playing in like select theaters, so if it's not playing near you now, just wait till it comes out and go see it. Maybe go with a friend, go with a parent, go with someone. I feel like there are some movies that are best experienced when you watch it with people, and I feel like this is going to be one of those movies. And just a disclaimer, and I wasn't going to say this, but I do feel like it's necessary that I warn you guys of something if you guys decide to see this movie. There is a rape scene in this film. Now, the rape scene isn't very long. It's honestly like a minute long, but that minute, at least for me, it felt very long because it was unexpected and kind of intense. So just a little disclaimer that there is a rape scene. So, and I understand that there are people who are very uncomfortable watching rape scenes in films. I mean, I can't imagine someone being comfortable watching one in a big screen, but I know some people do need to be warned for that. So I want to give that little warning, and just to be prepared for it. But like I said, it's only a minute long, and it's only one rape scene in a movie. If you can get past that, you can see like the powerful drama that this film is, and be interested by it and be riveted by it. And like I said, it is based on a true story, so it's great to see that this guy who wrote this story, his own personal story, have this movie translated to the big screen, and now everyone gets to see it. I think that's awesome, and I have my best thoughts with him, honestly, because he went through a lot, and I know millions of Americans and people just go through this very unfortunate thing. So yeah, go watch Boy Erased. It's a great movie, one of the best of the year. All right, guys, that's my review of Boy Erased. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Until next time, guys, I'm Diego Coya. I'll see you later. Bye.